Hey, all right, I got a hot take here. All right. Now I'm gonna, we played around with a whole bunch of things in the off season here. You said to me last week, oh man, I must be bored, right? I must be bored. All right. So I'm gonna suggest something here in this take here. What do you believe is the most important attribute of a basketball player? And I'm gonna start this off to help you out. Okay. You got a moment to think about this. I'm gonna say if you couldn't do anything else on the basketball court, your best attribute would be to score. Just to score and score and score. Yeah, just you can score. You can get buckets. Yeah, and if you sucked at everything else, as long as you can get buckets, you'd still be valuable for your team. What do you reckon? Do you want another 10 seconds?
No, like you put me on the spot. You put me on the spot. I know this sounds awful. I know this sounds awful. Um, if we go with like a box score stat, it's not a perfect stat by any stretch of the imagination. But in my head, when you said if you could just score and do nothing else, I'm
Yep.
imagining you're a player that averages 35 points, zero assists, zero rebounds, zero steals, zero blocks, right? Let's pretend that that's the player that you're envisioning, right? This perfect archetype, one specialty, and does nothing else. So what would I pick instead? Like the one thing that every basketball player should be able to do, I would say plus minus.
Plus minus. What the hell is plus minus?
So plus minus is the stat
that
dedicated
I that I
to
can
when you're
score
on the
more than
court.
you, is it?
It's the stat on the court that when you're on the court, the other team scores more or less with you being on the court, right? And so I'm saying that a player that is able to positively impact a plus minus all the time is more valuable than anything else that you're referencing. Because the joy of this basketball team sport that we know and dearly love is that there are five people on the court, and everyone may have a specialty, but everyone in the NBA we know has the competency to put the ball in the hoop. That's already a given. But what are the other things that you can do? If you and I went onto an NBA team and you were the guy that could have 30 points, but then couldn't grab a rebound, can't pass to save your life, will never get a steal or a block, and you're not going to play very good defense. But I'm a guy that when I'm on the court, for no rhyme or reason, I can't see it in the box score, but this guy seems to always outplay the other team when he's on the court. That's what I would say. If you had a team full of five of those, positively impacting and being better than the other team, that's to me more important.
Hey, look, you know what? I'll take your answer. I like it. I like it. It's solid. It's solid. You're basically saying that your best attribute for an NBA player or any basketball player is that you score more than the other team. Because that's the box minus, yeah? You're the plus or you're minus, yeah? And if you're plus, you've scored more than the other team when you're on the floor, okay? Or you've obviously scored less than the other team when you're on the floor. Which in part actually ties in with what I'm saying, that scoring is so critical, to being a successful basketball player, very important, all right? And obviously a visual aspect of the game. Yeah, everyone loves to see players score, right? That's a big part of the entertainment of basketball. So I guess you play sort of technicalized my answer a little bit. Yeah. But as you were sort of speaking, I felt like there was probably one obvious answer. It was probably a defender that didn't allow anyone to score. Like you could make this case here, and here thus creates your debate, right? Would you be a greater player if you shut down a player that could score 40 points a game and made them score five, okay, versus that you scored more and people couldn't stop you. Like I think that's the part where and then I guess look, we know basketball's not a perfect sport. We all know life's a bit of a balance, right? So now you're going to say every team needs a bit of everything. Isn't that right? Yeah, everyone needs rebounders and guys that steal and guys that pass and guys that score and guys that, play defense. But I, I think I guess at the end of the day, I think the part of scoring, you said everyone can score. There's many talented players out there that can score. That's true. But are the players that can score despite everything you throw at them? Yeah. Okay. Are the ones that become the all-time greats. And I guess you would never be an all-time great, top five. Yeah, all-time great. Guy that's never come along yet, hasn't come along yet. Maybe it's Victor Wembanyama. Yeah. But it's not going to happen because it was built on defense. It'd still be all offense. He has to score at least 25 points a game, at least.
Yeah, look, I would. I'm not going to disagree with you. Putting the ball in the hoop is the main objective of the sport. It's kind of how it goes. Um, And you're right, the all-time greats, I think if you looked at maybe the top 10 of everyone's list, they are typically players that are in the top maybe 20 of the all-time scoring list as well. And most of them have some championships to their name. So I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I think that that's totally valid. What does sound like kind of spawning out of this idea would be the idea of some 2K sims with players with like maxed out defensive stats versus players with maxed out offensive stats. And, just having like a bit of a mid ground and seeing how that played out. But I wouldn't be shocked if offense beat defense, so to speak.
This is Two Guys with Spare Time. I'm Fowles, this is Nick. You're probably a basketball fan like us, so hopefully you can throw us an assist and giving our video a like and subscribing to our channel.
And if you got thoughts, feelings, or even some suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And thank you for using your spare time to watch us in our spare time.